What if I told you that an ancient book on military strategy actually holds the secret to solving arguments with your friends? Yeah, I know it sounds a little wild, but today we're going to see how the wisdom of a general can help us win by being kind. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? One minute you're fine, the next a tiny little spat over something silly suddenly feels massive. Tempers are flaring, feelings are getting hurt, and all of a sudden you're on this battlefield you never even wanted to step foot on. Okay, so let's meet Tommy and Sam. Here they are, stuck in a classic standoff over a pretty cool toy robot. You can almost hear the frustration, can't you? Each one is just 100% sure that they're right, and the other guy is being totally unreasonable. And you know, for these two, this wasn't just some little tiff. No, this felt huge. It was the kind of fight that really puts a friendship to the test. That robot wasn't just a toy anymore. It was now this big symbol of who was being fair and who was being selfish. But right when things were about to boil over, something flickered in Tommy's mind. He remembered a story his dad told him once about this legendary ancient general named Sun Tzu, who wrote The Art of War, a guy who was famous for winning his battles, sometimes without ever actually having to fight. So that night, something, well, kind of magical happened. Tommy had this incredibly vivid dream, and guess who was in it? The wise general himself. And this dream was about to change absolutely everything for Tommy and his problem with Sam. So in the dream, Sun Tzu lays it all out. He's like, look, arguments are basically just tiny battles, but the goal isn't to crush the other person. The real win, what he called a moral victory, is finding a way forward where nobody gets their feelings hurt. I mean, that totally flips the script on what it means to win, right? And that's when Sun Tzu gives Tommy these three, let's call them moral secrets, 3 powerful strategies designed to win any disagreement peacefully. And these are 100% strategies that you and I can use too. Okay, so here's the game plan he laid out. First, you've got to understand everyone involved. Second, you aim for a win where you don't even have to fight. And third, you use the element of surprise, but with kindness. Let's dive into what each of these really means. So, the general starts with what he says is the single most important rule of all. Before you do anything else, you have to look inside and ask why you really want what you want. And then, and this is the hard part, you've got to make a real effort to see things from their side. And just like that, Tommy starts to really think, why do I want the robot so badly? Am I just being greedy? And then, what about Sam? Is he trying to be a jerk? Or does he just feel left out? Asking these kinds of questions, well, that's the key that unlocks the whole mess. And right there, in that moment of being totally honest with himself, Tommy has this breakthrough. He sees his own role in the argument, and admitting that isn't about giving up. It's the first real step to actually fixing things. All right, so secret number 2 is a big one. It's all about shifting your focus away from trying to beat the other person and instead trying to find a solution where you both win. Because in a head-to-head argument, someone always loses. But with a smart solution, everybody can come out ahead. And boom, it just clicked for Tommy. He realized the goal wasn't just to win the robot. The real prize was getting to play with the robot and keeping his best friend. Now that is a real win-win. Okay, on to the third and final secret. And look, this isn't about being sneaky or pulling a fast one. It's about breaking that cycle of anger with something they just don't see coming, an act of kindness. When they're expecting a fight and you offer fairness instead, it just completely shatters the tension. And check this out. This is how Tommy uses that secret. It's actually pretty brilliant. He comes up with a trade. It's totally fair, it's fun for both of them, and it's the last thing Sam would expect. He's not just solving a problem, he's creating a whole new way for them to have fun together. So the next day comes around, and Tommy, armed with all this new wisdom from his dream, is ready. But he wasn't gearing up for another fight. No, he was coming in with a peace plan. And Tommy leads with an apology. You know, that's such a powerful move, it just completely disarms the other person. Then he offers a simple, totally fair plan, taking turns. He's not demanding anything, he's proposing a partnership. And just look at how Sam responds. He's not angry or defensive, he's relieved. Tommy's offer of kindness was met with kindness right back. Just like that, the battle was over before it could even start up again. You know, here's the absolute best part of the whole thing. They didn't just go back to how things were. Their friendship actually got stronger. By getting through a tough spot with respect, they actually built more trust. They learned their friendship was way more important than any toy. So, Tommy's story is a great example. But this wisdom, it's not just for kids fighting over toys, right? This is something we can all use in our lives, with our family, our friends, maybe even at work. So here you go. This is your personal moral battle plan, straight from Sun Tzu. Number 1, try to understand both sides. Number 2, hunt for that solution that makes everyone feel good. And number 3, use creativity and fairness as your surprise move. It sounds simple, I know, but trust me, it is unbelievably powerful. And really, this is what it all boils down to. Real victory, especially in our relationships, isn't about being right or getting the last word in. It comes from being wise enough to be kind and smart enough to find a way back to peace. So I'm gonna leave you with this to think about. Is there a battle, a little point of tension in your own life right now? And what do you think would happen if you decided to approach it, not like a warrior ready for a fight, but like a wise general looking for peace?